What is up, Crypto Nation? Everybody, what is going on in the building? Anyways, guys, look, so this is the 4th of July. I call it the 4th of July, but for another topic. But yeah, holiday I don't celebrate. My family don't celebrate it. And hold on, man, we got people driving fucking wild over here, bro. Fucking dumbasses. Anyways, yeah, it's holiday weekend. This holiday weekend is going on. I've stayed out of it. I was gonna go ride my motorcycle today, but I didn't because, hey man, there's a lot of drunk people out here riding around today. And the last thing I want to do is find myself in the crosshairs of a drunk driver. Anyway, but let's see. Let's talk about the market, man. Market has been a really good rebound, and I will say that I learned a little bit of my lesson this time when it comes to crypto. I have a very, very, very hard time trying to separate my emotion from what the fuck is going on at the time. And this last 3 days, I would say, I've given a lot of patience to the collective coin TCC, and very well deserved. But I had to realize that I need to take profit when I can take profit. I'm not involved personally with these projects. Like, I didn't help develop it. I didn't help do it. I believe in it, but belief doesn't translate into dollars per se. You know what I'm saying? I can believe in something all day. I believe that TCC is going to be a freaking ridiculously multi-million-dollar platform. It is. It really is. But at this point in time, am I going to try to take my money now or wait and try to take it later? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so right now, what I did was I took a little bit of profit, and then I'm going to wait till tonight to see how much farther it goes down. And the reason what made me trigger to do this was, some people will say it's panic selling. I don't necessarily think it's panic selling. I think that for the last 3 days, TCC has been pretty steady ever since the wallet that got hacked on a different platform from one of the users. They lost $150,000, which dramatically dropped the price of TCC, as you can see in the charts. And then I think what happened was that there was a lot of apprehension. Number one, this week, they were saying that by Friday it was going to get listed on CoinMarketCap. Now, while it shouldn't necessarily matter too much because they're already listed on CoinGecko, it's just a simple fact that when people get information and things don't happen like they say it's supposed to happen, people start to get a little standoffish. And honestly, because that guy got his wallet hacked because he gave up his credentials to his wallet on a spoof site, it created a lot of fear. I wouldn't say there was a lot of FUD. I won't say that, because it was cleared up pretty quickly, but I still think it had the same effect that people were like, shit, like, well, how safe, you know what I'm saying? How safe is this thing? Like, you know, what's going on? And the wallets have kind of actually decreased a little bit. There were more and more people getting in, and then after the $150,000 deficit, people started getting out. And right now, they're in a position where they've already said that they started spending on promotion and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. But in a situation like this, you know, you either buy the dip or you just sit out. I don't plan on sitting out. I want to see how low it's going to get before I jump and get another bag. Because, like I said, I'm fine now with taking profit, which is great. Getting back in is going to be even sweeter. So, you know, if you got TCC, depending on how much you've put in, how long you plan on waiting, whatever your own strategy is, you need to do it. You know what I'm saying? Do it. And like I said, I could have taken profit many times over, and I didn't, and I waited. And then when I started seeing when I saw one of the big holders today sell off, $16,000. I was like, you know what? I believe they're selling this off just because they're trying to take profit now, and then they're gonna wait to see what happens as well. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna take profit now and then see what happens. So felt great, you know. Felt great to do it. We'll see what happens tonight with it. Other than that, there is the market's doing pretty well. I mean, I went over my tokens very meticulously last night, very meticulously, and honestly, just about everything that I'm holding, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time, but man, when they hit, I mean, I got these shits lined up like dominoes, baby. This shit, when they hit, it's gonna hit. When they hit, it's gonna hit. So, yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, the other token I want to talk about today is Baby Doge Inu. Not Baby Dogecoin, Baby Doge Inu. BDI. Baby Doge Inu. And just released today. And the Telegram is absolutely off the charts, right? Off the charts. What? I think there's a quadrillion supply, but what made it seem really interesting to me was, again, the Telegram, how they're speaking, what they're talking about, the devs interacting, just trying to get an idea of what type of accountability these devs have, and what are the community saying about it. Community is cutthroat, bro. If you have a shitty project, they're gonna tell you it's a shit project, it's a scam, blah blah blah. They're not gonna waste time trying to sugarcoat it. They're gonna let you know right then and there. This is just shit coin. Don't do it. And usually you'll see is devs trying to shut those people up. So when I start seeing a lot of deletes, I start to scroll even more. I start to look even more, see what's going on. But this one, pretty interesting. Day one, it's not even over yet, and there's over 1,600 wallets involved already. What's great about these things is the burn mechanism. When they start burning tokens, that quadrillion supply goes down very quickly, right? And then you find yourself in a trillion token market, right? Which is good. Trillion tokens is not that bad. It allows you to, depending on your budget, to purchase a certain amount of tokens and be able to not necessarily have everything rested upon you or the large holders. So again, what I like about it is that you have a cushion. You can come in, and with projects like these, I typically say, oh, okay, well, let me, at the very minimum, depending on, what kind of buzz it's got and stuff like that, at the very minimum, I'm gonna get 1 trillion tokens. Just gonna get 1 trillion off the rip. I'm gonna get 1 trillion tokens. And I think that's a good strategy. It works for me. It may not work for everybody, but it works for me. And the reason why I say this is because, guys, if you think about it, let's say that out of 10 projects, right? Out of 10 projects, you put a BNB into every project. Let's just say 2 or 3 of those projects that you put a BNB into reacted similarly to TCC or had some good margin, some growth. And then that BNB now is worth, hello. Is that an order for Katie?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, appreciate it.
Here you go.
Thank you.
I'll bring you over.
All right, thank you. Yeah, so, you put a BNB into that, right? Now, this thing is trending, and now your BNB, that little $200 to $300 or whatever it was, the price of BNB at the time, let's just say now $300. That BNB turned into a smooth multi-$1,000 profit. let's just say the other 8 projects, they didn't really do so well. They actually lost. And you probably got around 200, 100 something dollars left in those. Are those duds? Possibly. They didn't pop as fast as you thought, or as fast as you wanted, but they still have potential. Just depends. But you're gonna have to wait a lot longer on those. While you can take the profits from those 3 that gave you thousands of dollars, and then you start all over again, rinse and repeat. And what I've learned about these meme tokens, honestly, guys, is to tell you the truth. It doesn't mean shit about how well the graphic is or anything like that. Honestly, what you need to be hunting for is the community. When you see a token, hunt the community. Find out what people are talking about, what people are saying about this shit. Who gives a shit about the Twitter? Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. You too. You know, just got pissed off. Last time they put bacon on my shit, man, I had to fucking go back in here and say, hey, look, man, I said no bacon. I didn't say it because I was trying to be funny. I said it because I don't eat fucking bacon. You had to finish it, fix it. Anyways, but yeah, guys, chase the community. Don't just look at a fucking Twitter, which is a good source, but don't just look at Twitter and fucking Facebook and all this bullshit. Guys, get into the nitty gritty. I got people that be messaging me telling me, well, I don't really like Telegram or Discord. I don't really use those. Well, you know, too bad for fucking you. Then you might as well just give me your money and not invest at all. Because if you're too lazy to get to download Telegram on your phone or your computer or Discord on either or both, then you don't deserve to make any money. Because I'm telling you right now, you have to do the work. You got to do the work. There's no other alternative. There's no, well, I'll just depend on somebody else to do it. Any of that shit. No, you have to do the work. You got to get yourself into these Telegrams, into these Discords. You got to scroll and search and dig, man. You have to really dig, because if you ignore those platforms, you're doing yourself a tremendous disservice. You're basically just giving your money away and hoping based on hype. But, you know, again, I got people who actually do go into the Telegram group, and they won't even, they may scroll up like once, like a quick scroll, just to see what the first 20 people that they see are saying about it. And then that's it. That's it. And then I'll have people recommend stuff to me. And I'm like, okay, well, let's look at it. What are you trying to get out of the project? See what I'm saying? So, like, for example, for me, getting into baby Doge Inu had nothing to do with the artwork or anything like that. It simply had everything to do with the community backing. How many people are actually in this thing, are actually talking about it, are actually believing in this thing? Let me see the charts. Let me see the numbers. I want to see the contract holders. I want to see all this shit, the transactions. I want to see that if this thing has the potential to grow based on its hype already. Because that's one thing that I tell you. It doesn't matter what the meme token is. Memes are worthless. And they're only worth something because a community behind it says it's worth something. And then everybody else jumps into the hype because they want to make money. They want to make their contribution worth something. So when I get into baby Doge Inu, I'm looking at it in terms of like, okay, if I have 1 trillion tokens, how much do I stand to make if it happens to reach and burn this zero? Okay, I can dig that. You know what I'm saying? My contribution, I am willing to lose the 1 BNB that I put into it in hopes to gain upwards or close to the minimum amount that I would make at this specific zero. So like if it's the 8th place, the 8th zero behind the zero, 0.1234567 8. To me, the sweet spot is the 8th. It's the 8th place, especially if you get in at like the 11th or 12th place, depending on if the token supply. But usually that's the sweet point, the sweet spot. Because when you're dealing with supplies that are like a quadrillion, you have to realize that it's going to take a lot more wallets, a lot more transactions, a lot more holders to burn those zeros and continue to go up. A lot of people don't understand that. They get frustrated and they leave. But when you get in early enough to these things, sometimes all you need is a small contribution, because the hype will carry on and more people after you will actually be buying in. So you can kind of afford to kind of just sit back and say, okay, well, let me just watch my shit grow. And that's why I like to get in early into these things, because the earlier you get in, you can really set your pace based on your contribution. And that's what I'm doing with baby Doge Inu, doing the same thing. I had a number, I had an entry and an exit plan already, and I'm prepared to lose. If I lose it, then I lose it. You know, it is what it is. But I'm going to be in it for the long run to see what's going to actually happen. To me, in my opinion, anything that has that amount of movers in less than a day is a pretty good chance that they're doing some things that are right. Now, everybody probably heard of the other token that just launched yesterday, I believe. It was Lambo token. Lots of promotion, lots of hype. Telegram was nuts. Over 13,000 people in Telegram. It was going nuts, right? Going crazy. It took 30 minutes after launch to raise $11 million, 10.9 to be exact. And just like that, boom, they were gone. They scammed, they rug pulled, whatever you want to call it, they took off. Now you can't find it. You may still be able to find it on CoinSniper, but even then, it's not there. Website's gone. Social media's gone, deleted. Like I said, so again, sometimes you can't judge everything based on the hype, but it's a good indicator that enough people are following and paying attention. So your chances of making a profit, a quick profit, is really high. Now, for example, my cousin, he was personally invested in the Lambo token. Now, personally, I didn't invest in it. I wasn't at home at the time, and you know, I hadn't been able to do enough research to determine whether or not, you know what I'm saying, to determine whether or not it was something that I wanted to do. So that it is what it is. But they scammed out, man. They scammed out. Anyways, guys, got a phone call coming. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.